It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Welcome to Voice of Spirit, The Lighthouse, with Star Blossom Goddess, heard on Rockland World Radio, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday afternoon. This is the last show of 2012, so be prepared for the host of The Lighthouse, Voice of Spirit, Star Blossom Goddess.
Hi, everybody, and I want to wish you all a happy, and a merry, no matter what you celebrate. There are some great new energies out there now, and it's just a matter of integrating it with love. When you integrate it with love, magical things happen, and you have the control. You're in the driver's seat. So I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to celebrate this new time. And we have an excellent show. We have an awesome show. I'm all psyched. The show tonight is with a very special guest. When I met her, I was very, very impressed because she just has so many gifts and so much wisdom. It's like I want to go like this. But I'm very grateful that she's in the studio today. Her name is Ombassa. How do you pronounce it? Ombassa Sophia. Beautiful name. I mean, I love it almost as much as I love my name. Ombassa means rising of the day, and Sophia means sunfire. And when you put it together, it means something different. It means woman who walks with wisdom, and that's for sure. She walks with wisdom. So I'm happy to have her, and she'll be on in a little bit. But right now we're going to get to the candle lighting, as we always do. So sit back, take a breath. Feel this precious moment, and we'll light the candle as we hear the 3 bells ring. As I light this candle, I take a breath and I embrace the greatness of all things. I see that by holding our essence, our patience, our non-judgmental energy of love, we can add a never-ending chain that connects us all to the power of God. As I light this candle, feel its power. It is a beautiful golden light, and it is wrapped around all of us, whether it be by someone else or by us carrying our own self-love. Embrace this precious moment and watch as the candle dances in the quiet energy of endless possibilities. I light this candle celebrating the universal law of love, which embraces our true selves to understand that there is no lack to be felt as expressive children of spirit. Our spirits are glowing now with new energies for the coming year, and these energies can be embraced so we can all move in oneness as we are meant to move. Let us all carry this candle in our hearts so we can feel harmony in our lives in these new times and release all fears and all insecurities that hold us back. Let us celebrate this love and let us celebrate this light for the new tomorrows as we take a breath and embrace the light and the silence. Check this candle out, isn't it cool? It's a Christmas church. Right now, before I have my wonderful guest on, I want to play the song of the day, which is always, a fun part of my show. This time it's called Long Time Sun, and just sit back and close your eyes and just listen to it. It's really not cool.
May the long time sun shine.
May the long time sun shine upon you.
All love
May you have everything
surround
you desire.
and the pure light.
May you release all those
Within
things that stand in your way to realize that you are
Guide
divine.
your way on. Guide your way on. May the long
May you
time
hold on to the truth that you are a child of God. May you dance with your gifts that are enormous. And may you listen to your heart as it tells you and guides you in these new times.
Guide your way on. May the long
May you be a child again, free to dance with the birds. May you play on the playground that is before you. And may you breathe in the sacred air that unites us with all.
Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Hold on to love. It is the answer. Love is the key. Love is the key. You are a guru. You are the light. And I bow to you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoy that. I really love the way it has chanting at the end. It just energizes me every time I hear it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And now I want to welcome in a dear, dear friend of mine. Very sweet, very kind. Ombassa, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
You are
this is a nice surprise.
such a gift.
And this is a nice surprise.
So I want to ask you a few questions. I know you have a lot of gifts. I can't even mention them all. You are a Reiki master. You you've written books. You write poetry. I mean, is there anything you don't do?
I don't know.
Well, whatever you don't do, I'm sure you'll do it in the near future.
That's right. If it's about love, and you were talking about love, and I am just always in love. It was love. It's love that has me sitting here after not knowing that I was going to be on camera. So it is love that had me go beyond the uncomfortability of thinking that I was just going to be on the radio. So this is a pleasant challenge.
Well, I think
So
that's.
thank you.
You're very welcome. We all work off each other and grow from each other, which is the great thing about life,
Yes, it is.
I find.
Yes, indeed.
And I find love is really, that's what attracted me to you. You had such a positive, loving attitude. Everything was love, and your poetry is love, and your CDs are just delicious. If you want to get CDs, go onto our website. What is your website?
Ombassa.com. It's OMBASSA.com.
Yeah, it's
And we're going to give away one if you can answer a question. Very important question.
awesome. That's a big treat to my listeners for sure.
Indeed.
But what I want to ask you, I'm interested because with me, I was awakened to spiritual stuff about 10 years ago. How old were you when you got the call from Spirit to move in the divinity of truth?
Probably about 2.5.
Oh, that was last year, right?
I feel that when things happen to you in your life, everything is spirit. And so and I try to keep it as simple as possible, not go way out there. You just try to reel it in, keep it simple, in terms of what I know is true, and that is that everything is energy. Everything is spirit, because spirit is energy. So when things happen for you, not to you in your life, because everything that happens for you. And when it happens for you, you get to experience that shift, that spirituality, that God, or whatever you want to call it, that assists you in becoming more in your life than you were before. And for me, it was 2.5, honestly. and I can remember things back at that time that did change and were different. And I remember the thoughts that I was keeping were thoughts that you wouldn't think that a child that age would keep. But yes, I can actually say it was that age.
So just by knowing you the short time I know you, you're an embodiment of love. So what would you suggest to someone who's going through conflicts or challenges? How do you embody love when it's in your own life to be able to cope with stuff?
Well, the first thing I say is be willing to go through it. Because if you're angry, you're not just going to be able to snap your fingers and just be happy, because life doesn't dictate that. The lessons, which are blessings, allow us to be able to move through each experience at our own pace. So it's about, if you're angry, really allowing yourself to feel that anger. Really feel what the anger really is about and the intensity of it. Because that stream, again, the energy of spirit, that stream that the anger is in and its intensity is the same place that you can find the love, but you cannot find it until you stay on the road to success, which is to get to the end of that. And if you've stayed it long enough, you'll find that anger can't do anything but liquefy even more that fire into the passion, the love, the compassion for whatever you're angry about. And if you don't believe me, just try it.
I have experienced it. I believe you very strongly, and I hope you out there will listen to the great advice, because when you start to accept your life, as you say, and surrender to it and move with it, it makes it easier, and then it dissipates. And that's from my experience. It sounds like it's a similar thing.
And this is a really wonderful time. Usually for me, I've been saying it all month on my show. the month of December is always represented love for me. From when I was a child, it didn't matter. It just always this time, this season. For me, it wasn't so much about gifts for me, really, ever, because I didn't get that many. But it was about how I felt and how people felt, and how, even if they were going out and spending all their money, that was their business. It was about the fact that they wanted to do it. They wanted to see somebody's face when they opened up a gift. That love was worldwide. So when anything is worldwide, that mass consciousness can only shift and change things, and that's why that time of the year I kind of get into it and try to revel in it a little bit more, like a little child splashing around in the water, So this particular time, in this time, any time that there's a real powerful positive vibe, energy, whatever you want to call it, it would be a good time to make shifts that you want to make. Use the energy, use that stream to find your own wholeness, where you want to be.
Right. Wouldn't you say, though, now that it's almost 2013 and the end of the Mayan calendar was very recently, wouldn't you say the energies are primed for us to be carried on this boat of love more strongly than ever?
Well, as far as, the Mayan calendar, the end of it, I really, certain things I really can't speak on that, because I don't have that knowing strong enough in myself to say it's because of the Mayan calendar, I can only say that I feel the energy and I see what I see around me, which tells me that something is going on.
Right. Something.
So, because of that, I can only say, if for my life and for those that I've been speaking to and those that I work to assist, that this is a very powerful moment and a very auspicious moment in time. And if you use it, if you decide to use it, it's just like anything. We were just saying the other day, if it's raining, you put on a raincoat. It's this practical, making sense kind of thing. Keep it simple. You don't. Why do anything if it's not the time to do it? But if it is the time to do it, then just jump right in there. If you will.
Right. Now you have a video.
No, I don't have a video.
Not a video. You do have. That's right.
No, not a video.
You see now, Spirit is talking through me, and that means you're going to get a video in the next year going. But you have amazing MPs, right?
Yes, I do have MP3s that are available. They are called Soul, Joy, and Love, and upcoming will be the Soul Journey to Truth CD. But the Soul, Joy, and Love CD is a compilation of 3 CDs. They are musical journeys. One is called The Fearless Journey, which I believe you have.
Yes, which I loved, which I'm going to give you the sample of it today. Instead of my video, it's going to be the sample of it. Because I loved it.
And the other one is The Relationship, talking about how it's about abundance of spirit and everything else, and how we're all relating on this ship called life. So it's speaking about all relationships of every kind. And the third one is called Responding, dealing with responding as opposed to reacting to situations just without thinking.
Right, not getting stuck in the
listening,
drama.
Listening to your best self.
Right. Well, it's funny because I picked a card before the show, and I picked detached from drama.
Oh,
So that
okay.
makes me think of, being able to deal with what comes up without, resistance.
That's
So,
a pretty gold dress, yeah.
yeah, that's Athena. So she's speaking to us about staying detached to the drama and just moving with it. So right now, what I want to do is I want everybody to get a sample of the delicious words that Ombassa has to say. Who? I know, that's one of my shortcomings, but so
good.
what,
Good, good,
I can't
good.
remember names, so good.
Okay.
It's all good. Anyway, here we are with a sample. For those who want to just shut your eyes, I invite you to do so. If you want to look at the screen, you could see all the swirly colors and see how well they mesh with the words.
Walking. Walking along the shores. Stepping forward. Stepping forward in the waves. The waves that embrace. The waves that allow. The waves that accept. And as we move towards remembrance, remembrance of all that we are. Remembrance of why we are. All that we seek to remember is right here. And as we move on this journey into the sun, we realize that the tools we need, we indeed possess. We honor the fact there is no longer any need to look outside of ourselves, for we possess the tools of love. We possess the tools of trust, honor, and wisdom, all of which have, up to this point, been sought after outside of ourselves. We honor ourselves now for being divine. Being born divine We are abundant in all the things we seek. Recognition of this will soar our souls to the highest realms of this universe and beyond. As we move forward on our journey, we pray for guidance. We pray for protection. And most of all, we pray for always being surrounded by the greatest tool of all, love. Praise be to the light of truth. And as the sun shines and permeates our minds, our hearts, and our souls, we allow ourselves to feel the waves under our feet, the waves of remembrance. We allow ourselves to flow as the waters flow. We allow ourselves to accept as the waters accept. With the ebb and flow of the waves, we take flight, we take passage, stopping only to reflect on what has been learned up to this moment. And as we grasp the understanding, the lessons have brought us, we take the strength that comes from learning and we apply this to everything, every situation we meet, loving and trusting as we move forward. Perseverance in action. Each step deliberate as the last. For we know that our love for all that is will keep us walking through this life's journey. We know that if we stop, it's only to reflect. We never, ever have to go backwards. We never have to regret, for truly there are no regrets. There only is. forward without fear. We move forward to the source of life from whence we came, knowing that everything is evolving and revolving, moving, 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 flowing, spinning, spiraling. We find peace, knowing that what we want, what we desire, is only one step ahead of us. And if we keep moving, we will meet with our desire, and we will welcome our desire, and we will embrace our desire and know that we truly deserve our desires, giving thanks in each step for all the blessings, breath, movement, sound, taste, smell, touch. We give thanks for perception, health, and the wealth of health. We honor and we give thanks. Always knowing that the solution always resides within the soul, and the song of the soul, if it is worn, we will soar and we will fly over each obstacle we encounter, obstacles that in fact have come from our fears. These lessons in life, they are divine.
May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on.
I want, my wish for all of you, since it's a New Year resolution, is for everybody to take in love as let love be your New Year's resolution, to live it, to experience it, to taste it, to dance in it. Let that be your affirmation and your new way of being. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Isn't that an awesome
It's totally.
New Year resolution? I'm going to love today. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love the world. I'm going to love what I'm doing. I'm going to love my family, whatever it may be. Take that affirmation and use it. And I'll conclude by saying something I wrote. L is for the light of love that ever shines within us. O is for the open sea of love we ride upon as we move inside our lifetimes. V is for the very truth that we are love, whole and precious. And E is for the energized heart that knows love is making it beat ever so strong.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Thank you for that.
you're welcome. So, again, I suggest everybody go to your website, which is, again,
Ombassa.com, OMBASSA.com.
she has books that you can buy because she's an herbalist, and she has a wonderful book, which is here, ABCs of Nature's Best
Mhm.
Herbal Tonics. It's amazing. So check that out. But she also has this little book, which is really, really cool. Check this out. And it's the type of book you carry in your bag, and you could just open it and get guidance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a page and see what Spirit has to say, and then Ombassa is going to explain it. Let's see. It's called Recreating the Creator. Allow the God in you to create through you. The more creative you become, the more God-like you become. That's pretty intense.
Okay, so now what does that mean for you?
Oh my gosh, it means to manifest. The energies are so strong. I can recreate what I want. I can, as a godlike being, and I could create happiness in my life, joy, peace.
And the more creative you become, the creator is the creator of everything. And we are pieces of that peace and that joy and that love and that whole. And the more you create, the more you express to God through you. So the more creative you become, that's recreating the creator all the time.
Right.
So that's when people come and this wonderful engineer, producer here, doing his job, he's shining his soul. He is recreating the creator. The creator is coming through him. Everything is that we do. We have the personalities. We have our egos that speak around and for us at times throughout life, and that's why we're walking in human form. But then we have the creative part of ourselves, that expression. And that's what and more, we're going to become more and different kinds of inventors. We're going to play different, we're going to step up our game in terms of what we're doing. We're going to find ourselves wanting more and seeing more. And the object at that time is actually to jump into it.
It makes a lot of sense, even when I look in, like I read that poem just now. When I read it, I felt empowered because I felt the creative energy of Spirit like coming right out as I read it and as I wrote it.
Okay.
So I can really, I understand why Spirit gave me this particular page, because I am so inundated with my creativity. I sing in the shower, and you spend some time with me. I'm singing in the car when I drive. I'm singing.
Yes.
But there's a certain energy that just is so alive. It makes me feel so part of the trees and part of the ground and part of everything. It's just delicious.
Yeah.
So I thank you for writing this book. I hope
Absolutely.
everybody carries it in their bag,
Yes.
because when you go through challenges, you take a step back, as I told you in other shows, and you take a breath,
Take a
and
breath.
then you say, okay, what does she have to tell me today? What does the Spirit of my higher self has to share? So, it's really great. Now, did you want to do one?
Oh, sure. Why not? All right. So the one I looked at is called Moon Reflections. The new moon offers the opportunity to bring what you will out of the darkness, the depth of your soul memory. As it waxes and becomes large, so do the dreams and visions we create become larger. When it is full, we have the opportunity to give birth to see the full reflection of what we have created. As it begins to wane, we begin to get an understanding of all things passing away to become renewed once again. We then connect into how we can release our dreams into the ultimate dream.
Wow. Wow, that really talks to me. And I'm noticing, I don't know about you, but I've noticed more and more moon gatherings are starting to crop up. Celebrations of the full moon and the new moon, and all the different aspects of it, and it's powerful. It's an amazing thing.
Definitely from eons of time, it's been the indigenous of the land have always been connected to nature, and as the ages moved on, then it began to wane, where people are moving away from nature. So it became more mechanical, and now it's moving back. It's cyclic.
Thank goodness.
It's definitely.
I'm so glad for that.
Cycles of time dictate what it is, and nature itself definitely dictates.
Yeah, nature is definitely our ally,
as we know.
If we just reach out to it. But I hope you somebody, whoever gives a shout on the email.
The first person that
one?
emails me at Ombassa.com will get a free book.
Take advantage of it, people, and if you're not the first one, you could always purchase it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is this wonderful process that you do. You do workshops. I do workshops. But you do a certain workshop that excites me because I'm always connected to my inner child. You know me, dancing and playing.
That's right. That's right.
And you do this workshop that's called Power Play. Power Play. It's so exciting. So now explain what play stands for.
Okay. So this is really I'm excited now. Yeah. Play is purposefully loving, appreciating you. Appreciating yourself. And how it started was last year. I don't know how much time I have. Hopefully it's enough because I love this subject. Last year I felt I needed to start anew. And I asked, what do people really want? And what I got was, what do you want? And so, which is always a boomerang question whenever I ask for somebody else, especially now, because over the years, I've been the type of person who would always, just want to go and, the savior complex. And so I had that really, really bad. But anyway,
a lot of us.
So, rather than and wanting to move away from that energy and that whole energy of martyr and all of that, I withdrew and retreated within myself. My dad passed, and several things happened in my life that stimulated that movement. And so I went inside and retreated there for 2 years. And one of the things that I was given a long time ago was a process called, and it was about retreating, and then death and rebirth, dying to become renew again, and then tapping into your inner self, be it, your God, Creator, Yahweh, whatever you call it, but listening, being able to listen after you die to something, and it totally takes you out, and you're reborn. You are new. You're toddling. You're actually a newborn. So you're actually closer to God or the Creator than ever before. So now you can hear. You know how sometimes when you cry real hard and you just so now you are just, it's almost like you get your answer. When you're and so within that time period, I did retreat, and I went through the darkest hour, and I went through a lot of rebirthing and a lot of things that I found out about myself. And then I ended up, doing a lot of listening, which I do. I've always done that for other people very, very well, I must say. Yes, I'm tooting that horn loudly because I love people. I know that without a doubt. And so I would always do it for other people, but I wouldn't do it for myself. And therein lied the issue. And so last year, again, I asked that question because I was ready. I felt like I was ready to toddle back out there into the world and start back assisting people to move from where they are to where they want to be. And so I asked that question and said, well, what do you want? And I quickly said, well, I want to play. I want to have fun. That's what I want to do. Because the seriousness of healing and, helping people to, get where they want to be, and, watching a lot of grief and help doing workshops and conferences and empowerment all over the world, it didn't allow for a lot of times for play outside of the work, because I'm going to have fun wherever I am.
Right.
All my workshops are fun. But there was no time outside work where I was having fun. And that needed to stop. So I decided that the work that I would do would be emphasized around play. And play, the acronym is purposefully loving, appreciating you, which is what I needed to do, which is
Right.
usually what happens when I do any workshop or anything. It's God pointing the finger back at you. You need to do this.
Right.
You before you can do anything, you need to only be an example of what it is that you're talking about. You're not. I can't go and heal you. You can only heal you, and I can be there as an assistant or midwife or whatever you want to call it to help you to get where you want to go. Sometimes just by listening to you, But there's many modalities for people to use, many tools for people to use, if they choose to use them. I find that prayer and meditation, which is listening after you pray, instead of just praying,
Right.
finding out what the word is on the universal street to say back to you about what it is that you want to know. But anyway, back to play. Play is now evolved into power play. Play was a series of events that happened last year up until this summer, where people got to just release endorphins. They got to get into a space, just release stresslessness, just kind of just see what it felt like.
It's
to
so
not,
very important.
It is so important, and so many people have forgotten how to play. So I would started putting on events where only adults could come, and that we would just play games, do everything that was just totally fun, just for adults, no children allowed, because they
Right.
had their own fun. They know how to do it. So that was just to get people to a space to know that pain and that joy couldn't hold the same space. So that means that one of them had to go. So which one would you rather go after you feel those endorphins released?
Of course,
Obviously,
play.
of course.
Power play.
So after that, now come to a place now to know that you can use this energy. Now you know what it feels like. Okay, now how do you want to deal with those daily, weekly power outages? Is it something that you want to do to bring that power back within yourself? Power play is about creating multiple streams of well-being through a myriad of methods, but mainly through you deciding that you're going to now create a new blueprint, become an architect of your own life, the master one.
I
The
love
master
that.
one.
Architect of your own life. Just think
Exactly.
about that. I mean, that affirmation would be great on this board. Architect of my own life.
But that's the only
you got
one
the
that
power.
because the Creator gives us that opportunity to be an architect of our own lives. We are cut from some really powerful cloth, and so when we really look at it, the opportunity is there to keep recreating. And if you don't like what you see, guess what? You can recreate that. You can change something. Just one thing that changes can change the whole picture.
Like, right, without blaming, just changing.
As exactly. Now, don't blame, just change. Yeah,
Right,
I like that. Yeah, that's the bumper sticker. In Power Play, that's what happens in the personal sessions. I do personal sessions one-on-one. I do couples. I do families. But Power Play sessions are just that. And then we do the workshops, and we'll be moving to conferences soon. But definitely we do workshops and retreats, and it's all about moving, assisting people to deal with creating new blueprints for multiple streams of well-being.
Well, I sure hope I could work with you sometime, because I'm very into my inner child, and I do inner child work. I do seminars on the inner child, and I would love to just gel with you sometime. Maybe we could do a workshop or something, because right now, from my experience, that's what this world needs. They need to say, wake up. It's time to love yourself and know that inner child and just play. It's time. It really is time. So I feel so blessed that you're doing this, and I hope we could do something together.
Absolutely, and I want the audience to really know that it's good to ask yourself, how much did I really play this year? When you think about today is what, December 27th. How much did I actually play this year? And get that answer and see if it works for you.
Right. It's not all about working. It's not all about serving people. It's about you.
That's right.
Who's better than you? No one. So I hope you all contact her and have a session, because she's full of the wisdom, and I'm very grateful. And please try to get a hold of her books. You'll also be very happy with them. And I think that you really explained it very well. Thank you so much.
Well, I love it. If you need anything else, just ask me.
Yeah. Again, her website is
Ombassa.com. That's okay. It's O-M, you were very close. Ombassa.com.
She's amazing. So now we're going to do the portion of the show where we do the affirmations.
Okay.
And they're all about love. Since, you vibrate so much love, that I figured so we could take turns doing the affirmation wall. And we'll just read it. We'll take turns reading it. This one is, love always is with us, and only a matter of shifting our thoughts to enter the vortex we are so entitled to be in.
Okay, I like these. Feeling love is to imagine and taste the delicious.
Oh.
Feeling love, from the top,
From the
is
top.
to imagine and taste the delicious creative existence of our God-like selves, which wakes up all the senses to feel bliss. Wow, that sounds like what I just said.
Yeah, but that is. It's an echo. There's an echo in here.
There's an echo in.
If almost all the letters of the alphabet were to disappear except 4, we could spell the word love and have everything.
Okay. Love is a divine force that is as gentle as a flower, but has the strength to move mountains. I like that one.
Love is the fairy tale come true when you wrap its power inside your consciousness.
All right. When we hold on to self-love and loving others, we become featherless birds who can soar as we walk on earth.
I'm ready to soar. I'm ready to fly. Love is like a violin. The music may stop to the human ear, but the strings vibrate forever.
All right. Okay, this one looks like down my alley. Live a love song, dance within a love story, and breathe the word strongly so you can move in serenity.
Power of love. I love it. Okay. To laugh often and love much is a recipe for a peaceful life.
Okay. When you are carrying love, it makes you a millionaire.
Uh-huh.
Now you know you want to carry some love now.
Yep, yep. My pockets are full. We only need to feel self-love as godlike beings to be peaceful.
Carry within your backpack love, and your journey will be a joyful one. And in conclusion,
Yep. You ready?
yes,
Love becomes a key that can open the door to peacefulness. All you need to do is turn that key.
Indeed. Very good.
So those are the affirmations for the day. And we have just a couple minutes left. So we are going to ring out this new year with just a little music. Keeping your hearts to love. Be peaceful. Happy New Year, everybody. And we will see each other next Thursday, same time, same station. Okay,
All right.
ready?
Party over here.
Woo! Love. Thank you, Ombassa. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Stay
Happy New Year.
great. Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year.
You're the best. Okay, that's it.